Welcome, family. I hope everybody is enjoying their summer and the remainder of their summer. I am coming on today because the Spirit prompted me this week to share a message with all of you. Honestly, I'm prepared a bit, but I'm not prepared as I normally would be. So this is kind of good. It's kind of more of an impromptu. Certain things I did jot down that was laid on my heart to share. So, those are the things that I am going to be talking about today, um, and to help maybe better understand where we're at and where we're going, how we're feeling, why we're feeling. I think there's so many unanswered questions at this time, and I think talking about things and sharing things is really important and connecting in with each other. One of the topics that I'm going to discuss is the five senses. We have hearing, seeing, smelling, tasting, sensing. All of these things are very important. And at times, the Lord will use those senses for us to either get an answer or confirmation on something, or to help us to stay away from certain things. So they're very important, um, to pay attention to those things. And I will share with you a story that it happened a few years ago. The Lord had asked me um, to go to the church that I'm part of and to lay my hands on the pews. Now, mind you, this is a pretty significant sized church, and there are a number of pews um, to be prayed over. I don't know the exact amount, but it's a pretty significant sized church. And I said to the Lord, okay, you want me to go pray over the pews? Um, so I reached out to Monsignor at the time, and I said to him, I'm just sharing with you that the Lord had asked me to come pray over the pews. Now, mind you, I've met with Monsignor a number of times prior to this discussion, so it's not like he was a stranger by any means. And he said, fine. So we set a date and a time, and he said, the church will be open for you. So when I entered the church, I remember a very heavy smell of incense. And I'm thinking, do they light incense all the time in the church? I mean, because it was pretty significant. It was like right under my nose. So I put my bag down and I proceeded to start praying over the pews in tongues. Okay, because that's what the Lord had asked me to do. So I was praying in tongues, and as I was going through all the different pews, Monsignor was sitting in the back. I didn't even know he was there. And I continued doing what I was asked to do, what I was called to do. And when I finished touching each row of pews, praying in tongues, I ended up sitting next to Monsignor. And he grabbed my hands and we prayed. And he prayed over me. And he said, Lord, guide your child where she needs to be and what she needs to be doing. It was a very beautiful prayer. It was a very beautiful time. So I left the church, and after that, I went home. And the next day, getting out of bed, I ended up falling to the floor. My thighs were burning. They were burning, and they did not feel good. I couldn't even walk. I could not. I actually had to scooch on my backside to go down the stairs, to be honest with you. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, where did this come from? It was like right out of nowhere. But it was the day after, the morning after, I prayed over all those pews. That lasted for 3 days. and then it disappeared. Why am I sharing this all with you? I'm sharing this with you because sometimes we need to be obedient, and there's a reason. And actually, after this whole episode, I ended up meeting up with Monsignor again, and I had asked him, "Do you light incense all the time in the church?" And he looked at me, he said, "No, we do not." I said, "When I entered the church, it was a very heavy smell. That was the presence of the Lord. That Lord's presence was there, confirming to me that, yes, you are in the right place because I've asked you to be here. Now I'm confirming that for you." As far as my thighs being so on fire and I could barely walk, maybe there was a reason for my prayers that were meant to flow through that church. Everybody's prayers are very powerful. We need to pay attention to when the Lord asks and prompts us to do so. It's not for nothing. And I know there's a lot of people out there that do not believe in the power of prayer. Prayer works. It works not only alone, but remember the Lord always says, when two or more are gathered. Wow, that's powerful. Do you ever feel the energy of a church when you're all praying together? It's significant. And there's a reason for that. The energy, it's the positive energy flowing through everybody together at the same time. It's amazing. So I wanted to share that with you to let you know about the spiritual senses and that we are going through perilous times right now where those senses are very important and to pay attention to them because those are your God-given gifts as well. Sometimes they don't feel like it. There are many times it doesn't for myself, but they are, and and that's where discernment is really crucial. I recently went to Texas to visit family, and I remember being in Texas and the air, and I know Texas is very hot and humid. It's definitely not Vermont by any means. But even so, I could sense the heaviness in the air. And all I could think of and all I was prompted to do was to pray not only for the state of Texas, Vermont, but for our nation and world and the heaviness that it is all going through. It is very important. And you feel the shifting. There is definitely a shifting happening. And all of you have a choice to make. God is separating the wheat from the chaff. What side are you going to be on? You have a choice, and that's called free will. Do not ever give up. I recently have gone through, there's out of nowhere, major anxiety and fear. Honestly, I could have crawled out of my own skin. I know I've gone through phases of purging. This was huge. I'm not normally an anxious person. I anchor in, I pray. This was absolutely unbearable. And I finally got to the point where I remembered my authority. I have the authority, the enemy doesn't. Don't allow him to take it from you. You are a child of the Most High God. You speak those words. When you speak those words and you're in alignment, the air bends, the atmosphere changes. Powerful. And that's exactly what happened to me. I spoke those words of authority. I took and I claim that victory. I am no longer a victim, and neither are you. Take your sovereignty back. It's yours. It's your inheritance. It's why you're here. God that raised his son from the dead lives inside of you. You think about that for a moment. How powerful is that? And we forget that. And I know I'm no better. I do at times too because it gets so heavy. We're also being tested at this time. We are all filled with that resurrection power of Jesus Christ. Use it. I have definitely stepped in further. I'm not done, and God is not done with me. He's not done with any of us. I step further into that power. It's amazing when you claim it. You go through that and then you claim it. How different the world looks in your eyes. How grateful I am, because I am a child of the Most High God. I am the high priestess, and so are you. You are all the high priests and priestesses. You call on your authority, His name, and His name to break that stronghold and step mightily into your kingdom calling, because the calling is now. Elijah said in Isaiah 41:10, Lord, I want to die. Boy, sometimes we just go through those difficult, heavy, burdensome times where you're just thinking, oh my goodness, am I ever going to make this? You will. You call on His name and He's there. You will go through that. God gave him strength to live. Depression is real, but so is God. Anxiety is real, but so is hope. There is hope for a beautiful tomorrow, and we're part of all of that. Also, when people pop in your mind out of nowhere, I know this happens to me, and it's happened to me quite often, and we're wondering why is this person popping into my mind? Never stop praying for others. Always maintain a good heart. If God puts someone on your mind, you pray for them. A prayer can change a person's life. Remember that. 1 Thessalonians 5-17. And I'm going to finish this message off by saying, I hope all of you strengthen your hearts to the Lord. You have the authority. It's very heavy right now. It's very crazy. But you know what? Heaven on earth is coming. Look for that beautiful life that has already been prepared for us. He paved the way. Keep going. Don't give up, even when you feel like it. I totally understand what that is like. But take it from me. You will get to the other side. There will be testing, and that's ongoing. But when you get through it, you become that beautiful person that God needs you to be to continue to pave the way with Him. We are all within. And I hope all of you are blessed profoundly with this message today. And you keep persevering. We're all in this together. We'll all be in this together. No matter what it looks like. You just remember, you've got this. Because you have the power. Believe it. The enemy can't touch you. He won't. So I want to say goodbye for now. I don't know when I'll be on again. When the Spirit prompts me, I'll come back on with another message to share with all of you. Let you know, love and light to everyone, always. And remember, we're in this together. Bye for now.